Not New York legend, not street ball legend. I am the international legend, James Fly Williams.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Kevin McGill, and I am sitting today with former professional basketball player Fly Williams. Hi, Fly.
How are you?
I'm great today. So let me give a little background. James Fly Williams was born February 18th, 1953, and he's an American former professional basketball player. He played in the ABA, the American Basketball Association, for the Spirits of St. Louis, and with multiple teams in the Continental Basketball Association, known as the CBA. A street basketball player from New York, he once scored 100 points in the IS-8 League game in 1978. Quote from Sports Illustrated magazine by Kevin Armstrong, dated August 3rd, 2020, states, Williams was a hero of hot New York summer nights, a street ball legend who showed others a way out, an untamable talent who fizzled in the pros and wrestled a bear for a paycheck, a reclamation project who taught through his errors. Now that he's in prison, though busted for running a heroin ring, his whole story needs retelling. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Operation Flying High, the $21 million heroin traffic ring. The arrest on May 3rd that ripped into, I won't say your legacy, because all a person has to say is, do you know Fly? They'll say with excitement, yeah, Williams, the celebrity ball player. That arrest was designed to do something far worse. D.A. Gonzalez dubbed you and your cohorts as the worst kind of drug dealers. To add insult to injury, guns were a part of those allegations, and many people found it hard to believe because you actually worked with the police in a program to collect guns around the rec center, getting them off the streets. Your quote was, I gotta live here. I know where to draw the line. They don't mind shooting the ass out of you here. I know better. So on May 3rd, you were arrested at your residence with a doorman in a leafy section of Queens, 2 blocks from Donald Trump's childhood home. Do you know Donald Trump?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about the relationship with Trump.
Oh, he was an arrogant guy, just like anybody else that had money. Daddy was rich. He lived 2 blocks from me. We lived in Jamaica Estates. He's just a regular guy to me. You know, we don't look at people like that from Brownsville.
Okay.
You know, he was just a regular guy to me.
Treated you well?
I never really spoke to him, said hello a couple of times. You know, never really spoke to him too much.
Okay.
Did you stay at his hotels?
Yeah, I stayed a lot of Trump Towers.
Yeah.
I can't talk about that though.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You and Mike, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll leave that out.
Oh, so he didn't really know him. Okay, go ahead.
He didn't
Come
know.
on.
Yeah. So back to the arrest. So how did the arrest go down? How did it go down?
Well, they raided my house. But see, they couldn't just get in there. As I got my paperwork, they went to their firm, you know what I'm saying, 40 Wall Street and stuff. And that's how they got the building. They went to the written, they went to everybody, and they came in. It took them 21 days before they can come get me. They were watching me, but it took them 21 days because they wouldn't allow them in there.
Okay.
Then when it came in, I'm telling you, it took him an hour to get into my place. I'm sitting on the couch watching TV while they hitting the door. Listen. Made breakfast and everything. They still didn't get in.
Oh, so you heard you would.
I was there. I was in the house. Had my robe on and everything. Just made breakfast. Went in the room while they banging the door. Had them titanium locks. They couldn't get in. They had to go get made to take the hinge off the door to get in. Took them an hour and something to get in. They said, "We hear you." I said, "I hear you too." You talking about, yeah, you hear me? Yeah, I hear you too. Open the door. No, I ain't opening nothing. You already tried to break in my house, man. Keep breaking in. I ain't letting you in. And I sat there. When they came in, they sweat like a motherfucker. Had the shields. Where the gun? It's in the drawer, man. Gun in the drawer, man.
That's why they can't see in your hands.
Now, my sister was with me. She was there. She came that night. She cleaned up for me so she was late. I said, I ain't taking it, but I take it in the morning. She slept in the other room.
So she was scared.
I just said, shh, take it easy. I got this. She said, you always got something. Man, go in the room. Shut the door. So when they came in, my sister was scared to death.
So who came in?
The police.
I'm saying who? Was it FBI, SWAT, just the police?
Oh, they had a whole bunch of them together.
That's what I'm talking about, the CIA.
Yeah, they was fucking about it. They had everything up the wazoo.
They have a news team?
Man, they had everybody up the wazoo, man.
Wow.
Even the police said, oh, you a movie star? I said, I've been a movie star, man. What you talking about? What you talking about? I've been a movie star. What you talking about, man? You know, but the police, let me tell you what they said. They said, we ain't never encountered a guy like you, man. You want smooth, my old motherfucker, man. Something from Brownsville, man. Nothing rattles me, man.
That's what we do.
Looking for drugs, ain't find nothing. Found a lot of money, you know, a lot of proceeds, that's about it. You know, they didn't ask about where the money for, where it came from. I mean, money I was getting $80,000 a year from Nike, so, but I never told nobody that, you know. But what's true about it, I did run the streets.
They didn't find no drugs?
No.
So what was going through your mind? They didn't find anything, and they raided your house.
32 bags. They said I had, but I ain't had no drugs.
So they planted it.
I don't know what they did.
Okay, but they found so mysteriously 32 bags they had.
Yeah, this was a little political though. I mean, I was in the streets, but this was a little political with him because you got to remember, Ken just died, Ken Thompson, and he was bucking for head DA, and. It was a little political, but you know, the saying today is, if Jock never died, I never went to prison. But they wanted me to say things that went on in the neighborhood, but I wasn't going to do that.
Okay.
It was a lot political, but I was in the streets.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I orchestrated a lot of stuff. Orchestrated kids out of gangs, sent them to school, sent a lot of kids to college. You know, like one quote in the newspaper, a kid said, Fly ain't do that. He took me out the gang, sent me to school. I took some kids that dropped out of school, to their school, sent them to alternative school. Got a couple of them went and got associate degrees and everything, you know. But I did help the kids. I helped everybody in the streets. You know, my stepson and everyone else, you know.
Were you high when they arrested you?
No.
No. Yeah, I was getting ready to ask him that. So I heard you were aware you were targeted. You believe that's true?
I was, excuse me?
Targeted.
Oh yeah, I was a political ploy. You know, they knew what I did in Brownville, Eastern York, Bed-Stuy, Flatbush, Birchwood. They knew what I did. They tied me to some things that wasn't tied to me.
So why you didn't fall back? You think you feel you were in too deep?
I knew too much.
Okay?
I did too much. You know, I was married to the streets. You know, I remember I spent my life in Brownville and Harlem. You know, I was just a street person, man. You know, I was married to the game.
So who was that 60-year-old man in that mugshot?
Who was he?
Yeah.
Do we look like me? don't believe that was me.
It's a big difference, yeah.
I think I was 63 though.
63?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you charged with officially?
Conspiracy in the first degree, trafficking in the first degree, major trafficking in the first degree, organized trafficking in the first degree, racketeering in the first degree. I had everything in the first
So
degree.
they tried to throw the book at you.
Yeah, the officers on Rikers Island called me A1 Fly.
Wow.
Yeah, you know,
So they ain't charged with nothing with kids?
no. They raided the center with 60 police.
Okay.
They ain't find nothing in the center. And people was telling them, you know, regardless of what he do in the streets, he won't bring around them kids.
So what were you convicted of?
Conspiracy in the first degree, gun possession.
What's that?
I had possessed firearm. I had it in my house.
Illegal or registered?
Of course it was illegal. Who in Broward got
So
illegal
they
gun?
charged you for one gun?
Yeah, one gun.
So
That
the
wasn't
narrative-
mine. That
So the
wasn't
narrative
mine.
out there is false, then you're saying?
It wasn't yours.
No, well,
So they
that
probably
wasn't my.
planted it.
That wasn't my gun. No, I had a gun.
But it wasn't yours.
No, I had a 50 caliber. I think they took that. You know, I had a 50 caliber. It was in the back cabin set. Like,
So that was your charge?
that's my
That's
charge.
that's what you was convicted of.
Yeah, conspiracy in the first degree, gun possession, ran concurrent.
So what the trafficking had to do with it?
Trafficking came from the drugs all upstate and everything.
But I'm saying that's not what you was convicted of.
No, my lawyers put the motions in, they got rid of that. You know, because
So
they
they
couldn't.
got you out there as a heroin trafficker, and you're not a trafficker. You're
No.
convicted of
No.
trafficking heroin.
No, I got convicted of conspiracy in the first degree by having something to do with it. I didn't get trafficking.
So the narrative out there is false.
Yeah, well, the trafficking, all that, yeah. Yeah.
I must say to your defense, Edward, along with the streets, finds it hard to believe that you were selling drugs around the babies. Right? So let's clarify for the world. You're not convicted of selling drugs and guns around those kids.
No,
Don't get me wrong, and I know you'd agree, you were definitely no angel,
of course not.
right? For them to say that you were selling drugs out of the Brownsville Recreational Center and its proximity, you pinned it as a safe haven for kids. The center was, without a doubt, close to your heart, and it was a sanctuary, to a degree, the house that you and Jocko built. Tell us a little bit about Jocko.
Had a team. I was the street guy. The neighborhood was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So Jock sent for me. And sat down, talked to me. Okay, I'll do it. I'm the one that calmed all the guns down in the streets. I'm the one that went to all the neighborhoods. I'm the one that met the big homies back in the street, 2, 3 in the morning. Jack put me on his team because he had a position what he wanted to do in Brownsville. You gotta remember, they wanted Jack to run for council. He wouldn't run for council. They wanted to be a congressman. Jack wouldn't do that. Jack loved Brownsville, so he wouldn't do none of that. But he put a team together that made the center a safe haven. You gotta remember, we're between all the neighborhoods now. Brownsville, Eastern York, Brookline, Flatbush. We in the middle. So we got all the crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's a gang meetings in the park. I go out, Jack go out. We in the middle of the park with 300 kids, bloods. Yo, can't do this down here. Yo, who them niggas, da 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 da. 2 Guns was a kid that ran everything up that way. Tell go 2 Guns, I need to see him. Met him in the projects. Met him on the back streets. And we started taking kids from gangs. I started taking kids from gangs, sending them back to school. You understand? The streets were the streets. Now you know my stepson, my son, my brother, they were the drug dealers. But my name made everybody stay away from them. So Eric gave it to me. He wanted me to talk about murders, robberies, all that. I'll tell you nothing, man. You going to prison, send me. That dude, tell him nothing.
That dude what?
Eric Gonzalez, I tell him nothing.
Oh, I know that.
The streets took care of us because we had no money.
I know.
So how much time were you sentenced to?
8 years.
8 years. You feel that you were wrongly convicted?
Nah,
You feel you deserve to go to prison?
yeah.
So let's talk about prison life. This wasn't your first stint, but now here you are, a 60-something-year-old man entering prison, addicted to drugs, and with a pacemaker. I understand. Do you remember your first day in state prison? What was going through your mind?
In that little cell, how I wind up here, my fault. How I got here, my fault. Couldn't blame nobody. Gotta handle it.
So you went from a posh apartment with a doorman to prison. How'd that make you feel?
I still had a doorman. The police. He got cracked the cell. So, I mean,
That's a hell of an attitude.
Everybody gone.
I couldn't get out. I couldn't get out the cell.
Ironic, but it's true. You know.
As long as he cracked the cell.
Hey, you had bodyguards.
Yeah, and I had bodyguards, so I was okay. I mean, prison life is it's a hell of a rodeo, man. And I try to tell these kids today, it's modern slavery, man. You get 10 cents an hour. I got 7 cents a day.
Wow.
I made $2.37 every 2 weeks. If you don't have no support from home, and you don't have your own, God bless the child that has his own, you're gonna live a hell of a life, man. I don't think a lot of these kids could take it. I look at the streets now, and most of these people that's mental, they've been to prison, their family just deserted them. I talk to some people, walk around the streets, different neighborhoods. I sit down now, buy them food and talk to them now and see how they got there.
Yeah.
Most of them been to prison, end up taking mental drugs, man. So they come home and get a check, and look at the system. They got these programs out, give them housing and everything, micro programs that people that was on drugs are mentally messed up, so they give them housing. And it all starts inside the first time they went to prison, or went upstate anyway, and then the city start coming in, and then all this stuff just happened to society, man. It's crazy. I never realized it until I went to prison. I got a PhD right now. I know the gangs, I know the gang stuff in the streets. I got a plan. We got to bring these communities together, man. Our community is so separated now that kids live on 1 or 2 blocks. They can't go over. Like in Brownville, for instance, you can't get them to go to Van Dyke Center. The little ones will go. 14 to 17, they not going up there. You got kids from the Howard that's not going to Van Dyke. You got kids from the Tilden not going to Van Dyke. They live in a block radius now. It's really sad. It's really sad right now. And I gather this just getting home. But every night I lay down, I think, what would Jack say? I can do this, I can do that.
So were you in a cell or a dorm setting?
No, I was in the attic at first.
What did that look like?
What it looked like?
Yeah.
A wall 60 feet high. Nobody fly. The birds don't even come in there. They fly around the jail. I was in a 6 foot by 6 foot cell, about from that wall to the end, maybe to the end of your chair. My feet used to be on the gate. When I first got there, the police used to poke my feet. That's their little game they play. So I used to sit up and sleep, man. They hit your feet with the sticks. It's really, really, it's a bad situation to put yourself in, man.
So what were the conditions like in prison?
Condition is terrible. I took a shower every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. If I wanted to use the phone, either or. I take a shower or use the phone. You don't get both.
You don't get both?
No.
Wow.
That's when I first started out in Attica. When I got to the medium and stuff, was across the street, I went to Wyoming. When I walked there, when I first got out the van, I looked, I said, man, this place like a plantation, man. It really did. It looked like a plantation. All them little dorms, field in the middle, back of the jail. I'm sitting there at the draft room going, I rather stay in Attica. I wish I had stayed in Attica. Attica, I was more secure. I was in the cell. when that cell cracked, the police cracked it. And them dorms with 60 guys in it was crazy. It was crazy. I was in E Block, crazy as hell. Every night or something. You know what I'm saying? Dude can do anything to you in the dorm setting. You sleep, he run a bust you in the head with a sock full of tuna cans. Cut you, do anything. So I just sit up when I first got there. I just sit up at night. I wouldn't sleep at night. I stayed up. Police watch you. He in the bubble. He watch you. I stayed up for maybe a couple of weeks. I just stayed up. They sent me down for an evaluation. They thought something was wrong with me. I said, no, something wrong with this place, man.
Well, I hear the food was top notch.
Food.
What did they serve?
Top notch.
Yeah, that's
Cold trash, man.
Cold trash.
Everything was quick chill. Everything came in a bag. Hot water. I went, first time winter child, the only time I went. I started living off bread and water like a real convict. I go to child, I didn't know what that was. I know I wasn't eating it. I've lived on bread and water for about 2-3 months, man.
Strictly bread and water.
Bread and water, piece of fruit that they had.
Yeah.
And you was already small going in there.
Yeah. I was, because I got shot. You remember I got shot. So my body, after that, my body just went to shit, man.
So it affected your body evidently, so.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get the medical attention that you needed?
Medical is garbage. Medical is trash. They don't care nothing about you. They gave me all the wrong medication. When I came home, I wound up in the hospital.
Based on what they had done to you?
What they had gave me.
So how did the COs, correctional officers, treat you in prison?
Oh, when I first got there, they used to call me nigga and everything else in Attica. Nigga used to be somebody. Yes, sir.
The blacks and the whites officers, or just the whites?
Man, no black ones up there, man. You ain't got no black officers. They tell you they Canadian. They ain't black.
Oh,
What you
okay.
talking about, black? You see a guy say, "What up, brother? I ain't your brother. I'm Canadian."
Oh, okay.
I thought I used to sit there and say, "Well, shit, he's saying color me, though."
Right.
Yeah. I saw blacks up there when I went, so they
Well,
was
you
Canadian.
had some that was come out of Buffalo, come out of Wendy's. Wendy's is man.
And most of them was Uncle Tom's.
Yeah, well, they deal with the administration. Some of them got them, on the back of their arms. You just never stay at them.
The black baby with the noose on their head.
Yeah,
That's the KKK.
It's a code. I mean, they'll kill you and say you hung up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got nervous at times.
You thought they was going to do something to you?
No, I mean, I got picked on a little bit when I first came in. When you come in, they be lying on the wall with them big oak sticks, black gloves on. It's real intimidating now. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. I'm from Brownsville, and I was intimidated. You got to walk in between them. They tell you, look at the guy back his head or look down. Don't look at them. And I'm like, wow, coming in the A block. Like, wow, this the flats. I'm saying, what the fuck, man? What I got myself into? And I get into the cell and I wouldn't go to sleep. I stay up. I slept in the day when the movement. It was just not familiar for me to be like that. I know guys went in and out of them places, but it was really, really sad. I used to get sad some days. Damn, Fly, why you do that? Why you did what you did? Then I think about the reasoning. I love Brownsville. We needed money.
So did you get a lot of visits from your family members and your friends?
Oh, no, I ain't want nobody to come see me in a cage, man.
Okay.
My daughter came up one time when I first got there. I told her I'm gonna come back. I could do this.
For your whole time, no more visits?
No.
So did you lose any family members while you were in prison? Like anybody die? Or?
Well, no, I lost a lot of friends on the COVID, though. And I'm still finding out to this day. I go see people that done died, over COVID and all that. But they knew I was gonna make it through.
When did you lose your brother?
During the case,
Oh, it was before you went to prison.
before I went to prison, he died before I went to prison. I was on Rikers Island. He died October 6th.
What was his name?
They called him Light.
Lighty?
Light.
I don't know.
So you must have thought about your loved ones who passed away, Jocko, your mother, your brother, and everyone close to you while you were.
Yeah, because I knew they'd have been my support. You know, they wasn't here. But you know, I was a guy that I could do things on my own. You know, I got a crew of guys. You know, I know to organize stuff pretty well. So I got guys in the Buffalo, Rochester. That was all right with me. You know, we had a few guys from New York. You got to remember, I went to jail upstate. It was only upstate guys.
Yeah.
I think when we got there, we used to go to the yard, we go to the courts. It used to be like, when I was in Attica, a lot of Brooklyn guys in Attica, you know, when they first say come to the courts, I thought they talk about basketball, but each one of them have a court. You know, where the Brooklyn guys, the Rochester, the Buffalo, the Syracuse, everybody got a court. So it was quite a few Brooklyn guys in Attica.
So did you ever think you were going to die in prison?
Hell no. I might have thought I was going to kill one of them motherfuckers. They fucked with me, you know, but I don't think I'd have died.
Okay. I'm sorry to laugh at that. I said, hell no. So let's keep this transparent here. You know, you were addict entering the prison system. Did you get high while you were in prison because, you know, drugs were rampant in there?
Oh, drugs is plentiful, man.
How'd you handle your addiction while you were in prison?
Because I was in the worst place at the worst time. And for me to mess with drugs, knowing I can't get it when I want it, it deterred me from messing with it. You know what I'm saying? It really deterred me because I can't go over there and tell homeboy, give me something. I can't go get on the cop line. I can't do none of that. You in prison. So if you mess with drugs, I watch guys sick as a dog, man. And some guys, I say, listen, man, in this setting where you at, my brother, you can't mess with that shit, man. Look at you today. Guys sell their soul for them drugs in jail, man. You know, money is cigarettes, food, you know what I'm saying? They'll pay to get their home commissary to somebody for a little bit of drugs. And now you're hungry. They used to come to me, man, I'm not getting you nothing, man. You gotta be real hard in jail, man. I'm not getting you nothing because you wanna get high, but you wanna eat my food. You know, I don't go to the mess hall, but you wanna eat my food. That ain't happening. So you gotta start choosing. You wanna get high, you wanna eat. You know what I'm saying? You can't have both of them. The police teach you that with the shower and the phone.
You get either or, like you said earlier.
So you got to do either or, bro.
Yeah. So how did you spend your days in prison?
Sleeping, listen to the radio, on the phone. You know, when I got to the medium, when I was in the max, I stayed locked in because I had no programs. So I was locked in 23 hours a day because I had no programs.
So you were released early, I understand.
Well, I did programs to get released. You know, once I got to the medium, dudes was telling me, because I had a merit, a CR, and a max. He said, Fly, you can go home on this, but you got to do this. Not a problem. So I became IPA.
Which is?
Which is you get 6 months off your bid every 2 years. So I did close to 7 years. So you count it, 2, 2, 2. I got 18 months off. But if I was to get in something today, I gotta go back to prison, do that 18 plus whatever they want to give me.
So they put that time back?
Yeah, they let you out early, but you still owe it. Like now, I got liquid handcuffs on right now.
That's like parole.
Yeah, that's liquid handcuff. Them people feel like sending me back. I got to do the 18 first, then the violation. That ain't happening. You know, that just ain't going down.
Yeah. So your mother was very religious, and you were raised in the church, I understand. Do you believe in God or higher power?
I believe in a higher power. You know, I go to church, I go to Juma, I go to a lot of things, you know. I worship me. I believe in God, but I worship me.
So did you pray while you was in there?
Yeah, when I went to Juma. I went to Juma
What you pray for?
pray for me to go home and get out of here safe.
So it's safe to say you made some promises, and that sort of helped for your early release then.
Yes, once I found out what it takes for me to get out of here before 2025, 26, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I done came home, I came home March of this year. I already came home January of 25.
2 years from now.
Yeah.
So do you believe prison saved your life?
Of course. I mean, it preserved you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what happened to me in the streets.
Right.
You know, I'm a firm believer that streets are dangerous, man.
Yeah. So it's prison though.
Yeah,
Can be.
but you got things around you in prison that's a lot different than the streets. You know, when you first come to the system, you're not too much moving. You know, I believe me going behind the wall helped me a lot till I got to the medium. Once I got to the medium, everybody knew who I was. My name went out through the state. You got to remember, I had kingpin charges. They relish in your charges you have. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of sex offenders, a lot of robbers. But when you ran something and you had some brains, it's a whole lot
They
different.
give you a certain status.
A little more, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, the gangs was cool with me. They used to listen. You know, I didn't like the police raiding us, you know, when the mediums. So I used to tell them, listen, man, I know y'all have problems amongst each other, other gangs, but you need to investigate what's happening. Just don't jump out the window, then the police come in and do what they want to do to us. You know, I kind of educated them a little bit about things. They listen. Then I talked to a few of the big homies. They listen, you know, and then they used to just say, yo, listen, Triple OG, that's what they called me.
Triple OG?
Yeah, you know, listen to him. And they'll get together, do their investigation. Sometimes the little homie, the little bro, made up stuff just to start tension. Just made up stuff just to start tension over a soup. A soup. One of them little crackhead soups. They cut your throat for it, man.
Wow.
Pack of cigarettes, a pouch. That's the roll-ups. Oh yeah, it's dangerous up in that piece now. Ain't nothing to play with, you know. But I stayed in Wyoming for 4 years and something. I stayed with Attica a year and something.
So do you remember the first time you got high? How old were you?
I was in college.
About how old?
I was about 19, 20.
Okay. Who introduced you to your first get high, your first drug?
At a party. Wasn't really no introduced it, passing around things and, you know, curious. I tried, you know. They said, I know I liked it.
Okay. So when the dust settled, what was your main drug of choice?
Oh man, I done did everything, man. I mean, shit. If you named it, I called it, but at the end, heroin was my choice. You
Heroin
know?
was your drug of choice.
Yeah, at the end of everything, but I based, I smoked weed, I took acid, I took coit, I took everything, man. You gotta remember, in the 70s, you know, it was something else about getting high back in the 70s. You know, it was Flower Child, the Cheech and Chong, you know, it was all kind of stuff back then, you know. Yeah, I mean, I ain't ashamed of it, you know. It's just what it is, you know. I'm real as it get, man.
So listen to this paragraph about you in Sports Illustrated magazine by Kevin Armstrong, dated August 3rd, 2020. Here he allowed himself a few slow, halting laughs, as if cognizant of the pacemaker doctors had implanted in 2011 after decades of destructive drug use and street violence, had written a long, dark postscript to his story, flashy professional career. He lost part of his lungs and kidneys from a shotgun blast to the back in a robbery gone bad. He had a bullet lodged in his left side of his jaw. He pointed to another entry wound in his left leg and one more near his right knee. He noted the 3 screws in his hip and recounted going into cardiac arrest. "I've been through hell," he said, "but I'm back, baby." Safe to say that you spent a large portion of your life addicted to drugs. Why? Was it a form of escape or your way of self-medicating because of the constant pain you had to be in because of the bullet wounds?
Well, when I first started getting high, it had nothing to do with no bullet wounds, to be honest with you. But as things went on, I was getting high before the pain came. They just gave me some additives. When they gave me Oxycontin and all that stuff, that was just like heroin. But, I was on drugs before all that happened, so I can't blame about escaping from somewhere. I wanted to get high. I ain't getting about escaping nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go to Cloud 9 somewhere, so that's where I went. It was just an ultimate thing to do back then, listen to Jimi Hendrix and, hearing their stories about heroin and this one and that one, I never used intravenous, though. I never shot heroin or nothing, I sniffed heroin.
So why?
It was part of life. It was part of that atmosphere. Was part of being a part of something. You got to remember when they had different crowds, different people back then. You know what I'm saying? You had the nerds, you had the in crowd, then you had the high crowd. It was totally different back then. You got to remember, I used drugs for decades.
Yeah.
Are you using drugs now?
I get high on life, man. Right now, I wouldn't pick up anything because what I went through to get off it. In prison, they give you nothing. I'm a cold turkey, man.
Yeah, did you ever sell drugs?
Yeah, a whole lot of it.
Why? Was it money, property, prestige? What was it?
Well, both. Prestige in the street and money. And it was easy.
Okay.
I could outthink anybody. I was a connoisseur, man. Ain't nobody did just like I did it, man.
How'd you get caught up in the game?
Back then we was poor. Had no money. And then when they gave me a basketball contract, let me taste that money, and then that didn't work out. 9 to 5 wasn't gonna help me. I was accustomed to having loads of money, man. And basketball was great to me. Even all the leagues I played in, but that wasn't enough money.
So how does an anointed athlete and legendary street ball player who did so much for the community and the kids struggle to stay on the right side of life? What happened? You on your way to play pro ball. What happened?
Well, I did fulfill my dream. I went and played, and then I took on another challenge. I remember I was an athlete, so I took on challenges. Our communities was poor. Like I said, Jock was the good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was the bad man, but I was a good guy. Jock used to always say, I live on the border of heaven and hell. He loved to do things for people. And you're doing wrong, though, he's gonna go to hell on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I wanna do, I never blame nobody for anything. I never tell nobody that this one did it and I know I did it. I'm not too good a storyteller, about myself, or I'm not a good liar. My mother taught me not to lie, regardless of what the situation was, and I still own that today. My credibility is out the window, up in space somewhere today. You can come to me and I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I'm gonna tell you, if that's what you want to do, let me tell you a little bit how to do it then.
You have any regrets on your past life and how you got to where you are today?
Nah, man.
So what would the younger James Williams say to the 70-year-old James Williams today if they had a conversation?
Hey, man, if it happened again, do it the same way. I had a ball. I lived
that's honest. He'd be honest.
I lived a hell of a life, man. I had a ball.
So if
I
you
had a lot of money, all the ladies,
all the- right.
pretty cars, I had everything.
and
pretty
fame, you know what I mean?
I mean, I'd be lying to you if I tell you I changed this, changed that, changed this. Nah, man, I'm gonna do this thing like it was yesterday, man.
So if you could do it all over again, what would you do differently, if anything? Would you change anything?
Nothing,
Nothing. Same
hon-
exact
nothing. I mean, that's a myth, man. If you done lived a life and you tell somebody why I did it this way, that thing wasn't even in your thoughts, man.
Yeah.
You gonna keep doing the way you done it.
So
That's
do you,
any-
you think you changed after getting shot and knew that you could never play pro ball again to your full potential?
Hell no. I got crazy, I think, man. You know, after I got shot, I think, you know, all bars, everything goes. You know,
So you changed.
a little, not how'd that
Got
change?
worse.
I got worse.
Yeah, that's a change.
Ain't that some shit?
So did you feel a part of you was defeated because you loved the game so much?
No,
After you got
I cheated myself when I got shot and started losing my body insides. You know, you gotta remember, I was a bad man on that court, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know, the streets took that. The streets did that to me, right?
When you got shot.
Yeah.
So you felt some sort of way behind it. After had to.
Well, I just went full-fledged the other way. To the streets. I tell you, I married the streets. I married the game.
Yeah.
You know, since I couldn't do this no more, and then I need the money because I had so much money. I lost that money doing this and that. So I needed
Right.
money.
Right.
And the 9 to 5 wasn't going to work for me.
So you gravitated to
To the streets.
the streets.
I married the game, man. You know,
So I hear you broke bread with a lot of famous people during your journey. Mike Tyson, as we all know, is from Brownsville. Do you have a relationship with him back
he
then?
just left me a few months ago, man. Just came to see me.
Wow. You still in contact with him then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you were released from prison and on parole. How do you feel about that? You said life parole. You call it liquid handcuffs?
Yeah, well, I feel great. You know that I'm free.
Mhm.
And I don't have to live the life of the people up in there because, you know, that's hell, man.
Yeah.
You know, I just teach the kids today the conditions, what you're going to go through. It's not a cakewalk, homie.
Yeah, which answers my next question. Like, what are you doing now? So you still community-minded
Well,
and community
I mess
oriented?
around with the center. I go to the center, talk to kids. We started the Brownville Jets back up with Jack's son. He started that. I got a little involved in the summer. You know, I deal with the old guys now. I go and watch the old guys play.
Okay.
We was at Nassau Coliseum this weekend.
So the Jets are football or basketball?
Basketball.
Basketball. Okay. And what would you like to do moving forward?
Try to keep these kids out of prison. Try to give them something to do. Give them some resources that we don't have today. I'm just learning the neighborhood and trying to see what the neighborhood needs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and try to get to these politicians. You know, I used all my money, so I ain't need them for 20-something years.
Right.
Of course, a lot of proceeds I got, I lived on some, but I furnished a lot of stuff in the neighborhood. That's why people say I took care of Brownville. The DA said that. He took care of Brownville, now Brownville gonna take care of him.
Good stuff. What advice would you give to kids today about basketball?
Well, work hard, go to school, try to fulfill your dream, and don't do it like me. Please don't do it like me.
But you said you wouldn't change nothing. You had fun.
No, he asked me about the kids.
Right. I asked him about the kids.
He asked me about the kids.
You said do it like you, right?
No. I
Well,
said,
don't
go,
do it like
don't
Don't
do it like
do it
me.
Oh, I thought you said do it like
No,
me.
no, no, no.
No, don't do it like me. You know, don't walk my walk. Choose your own lane, man. Stay out of mine.
So, upon your departure from this world to the next, how would you like to be remembered the most?
I don't be here a little while. I check out 105. I ain't going nowhere. What you talking about?
But whenever you leave.
Whenever you leave,
how
I
you
mean,
wanna be remembered?
what do you want your legacy to be? This is James Fly Williams' legacy, from in his own words.
He was a helpful
Yeah,
guy.
mother, shut your mouth.
And we only talk about Fly.
He the baddest man ever played that
All right, read the
game.
question again. I'm sorry.
She's stupid. See, Robin don't need to be here, man. I'm telling you.
Yes, you do, man. Look, all right. So listen, upon your departure from this world, how would you like to be remembered? What would you consider your legacy to be?
He a bad man.
He's a bad man.
Oh, you told me. Answer that damn question.
That's how he feels, so.
No, you're right. That's how you want to be remembered. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Can't talk about no more.
Yeah. So wait, let me read this last part.
See, she know me so well where I don't want to answer something.
That she gonna
you see
keep
how
digging.
she stop you?
Right, because she wants to
Okay.
dig.
My legacy that when I come out, I was a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I love my community. I loved it Brownsville, and he did it his way.
Okay.
I did it my way to make my neighborhood better, even though I did the wrong thing. But the justification of me, I did the right thing because everybody was happy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew anything. Don't get me wrong, until they put me in prison. All them years and decades, nobody knew nothing because I asked Jock on Front Street. I used to tell Jock, I got this. He used to say, Mommy, we called each other Mommy. Mommy, what you gonna do? I get that money, man. You know, Jock look at me as a survivor. Fly gonna survive, man. And I'm gonna survive today. But I'm gonna do it right. I use my virtues, patience right now. But I got people coming at me. You know, I don't want to talk about it too much.
No.
You know, but I got legitimate people want to do some good things with me. I see where it unfold at, where it lands. You know, I got a couple of people trying to do stuff. But I sit back, Robert know me. I'm gonna assess them and see where they going. I'm gonna listen to them. Because see, I'm my own man. Nobody can tell me nothing. I got a hard head. Can't tell me nothing. And now that I reached this age, you really can't tell me shit. And after I did what I did, I feel on top of the world. Like I tell you, my street credibility is to the moon. Because I ain't tell. I ain't tell. I got a lot of shit to tell now.
Right.
I could have not went to prison. Some of the things they asked me, we give you probation, but we want to know this. Well, you won't get it from me. I tell you what, send me to prison. I'm
That's
not
why you
going
get a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because the way they had it, 20 million, what is it, million?
Yeah.
Heroin trafficking, that's you talking about
I had,
life and the feds. You talking about the feds.
don't talk about the feds. They came to court every time I went to court.
Of course.
They were bouncing.
They was looking for an opening.
Yeah. I never killed nobody. I was a hustler. I ain't a killer, but I get that money. If we had a problem with somebody, I'm going to talk to them. You want some of this money, man? That's what it's about?
So what about those tapes that they said, that they heard you saying something about killing somebody?
No. The kids, see, that's another thing. We used to talk to reverse stuff. We didn't talk to say, yo, I don't want y'all to kill them. I say, listen, man, get off that block, man, before I go get my gun. That mean they got guns on the block. See, they didn't pick up the lingo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what saved me too. They didn't pick the lingo. We just say things in reverse. Because we knew if we ever got caught, we knew they're going to use words against us and change words. They will lie, deceive, and do everything in them courts, man. They put some motherfucker with me I never seen in my life. Talking about he was with me. I don't know that nigga, man. What you talking about, man? What you talking about, man? You know, brought a bunch of niggas out the Bronx, man. Man, I live in Brownsville, man. Fuck you talking about, man? Yo, I'm telling you, this shit was so crazy, man. They got somebody talking about my suppliers. My suppliers? Ooh, I don't even know them. What do you mean my suppliers? What are you talking about? Yeah, I had 68 counts, man. They tried to hang me.
Oh.
I got the papers there. I'm gonna bring them. Let you. I had 68 counts, man.
Wow.
From up the
More than Trump.
From up the wazoo. They thought they gonna shake me.
I fly.
I sat there. You know what the judge said? That's one cool old motherfucker. He said just like that. The judge. That's one cool old motherfucker right there. I just turned around and looked at him. I ain't say nothing much.
Fly. I'd like to read a letter from the executive producer. It's my belief that prison was another form of the Brownsville Recreational Center and God's way of preserving your life to continue the important work with the kids, because the kids are that little kid in you. It makes you feel safe and at home. So stop beating yourself up. It's time to leave the pain and traumas in the past and breathe. You're definitely chosen. That's why you're still here. You did a lot of bad and ruined a lot of lives. But the flip side is that you always gave your heart and soul to those kids. That rings true. I was one of those kids who was proud to have a superstar living across the street from them. You are our Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I can't say I had the same sentiment as an adult. I think it's important that people get a glimpse into the real James Fly Williams. To be portrayed like a monster is not your legacy, and God is not finished with you yet. So get to work. There are a lot of little flies that need to stay on the right side of life.
My life been something else, man. I sit back and reflect every night coming from prison, because that's what I did in prison. You know, I know how I got there. Can't blame nobody but me. You know, can't point no fingers at nobody but me. But like I say to myself, I did it my way, man.
How did you fuck up in the beginning? Like,
Let me tell you, you know, situation, things happen. You know, financially, you know, when they gave me that, the light was shining. I didn't want that light to go out. So I became that guy in the streets. I became somebody again. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy how I sit here and tell you some of the things. I just wanted to be that popular guy, regardless of what it took.
oh, after. But
yeah.
why did you mess up before that?
Well, see, let me
Because
show
I
you.
heard, sorry to cut you off. I heard that they threw you out. Now, it's probably a lie, but it's partly true. They threw you out because you mooned. You pull your pants down.
No,
on
I've
the
been
court.
moon. That was way before I
That's
went
why
to
they
the
got
league.
rid of you. Cause
I
you
didn't
just,
moon when I was in the pros.
You mooned in the, but you did
I
moon
mooned-
somewhere. You did pull your pants down
In college, I told them to kiss my ass and pull my shorts down.
on the court.
No, walking out the arena. But
They had you in the ear.
yeah, but that was in college. I had went to the pros, but
But
never.
you still did
Let me
it.
tell you where I'm. Yeah, I did it. I
Like
mean,
he's trying to minimize pulling his
no,
pants down.
I'm just telling you
Yeah,
when
okay.
it happened. It didn't happen in the pros.
Okay.
What happened in the pros was I get hurt. Okay. I goes to back to Denver. Denver sends me back to St. Louis. The coach of the Nets end up with the job. I told this shit Sunday. I was in the arena Sunday. I said the last time I said this is crazy. I used to kill Julius Erving, all them talking shit. Ron Thorne became St. Louis coach the following year, my second year. What he does is, I talk so much shit to the Nets in there, he cuts me. Because I talk so much shit to them on the bench. Yo, you need to get another motherfucker come out here and guard me with him, because he can't guard me. You know, I talked a lot. So he became the coach. This story here, people don't know. He became the coach. I end up going to Seattle, made the team. But I didn't have a no-cut contract. Another guy comes back, they had to let me go. I go overseas and play again. I come back the next summer, the expansion draft, 76. I go to Philadelphia, makes the team. Bill Cunningham comes back from blowing his knee out. They had to let me go. Gene Shue had a fit.
Oh, so it wasn't nothing
Every
that
time,
was
no, it wasn't
you're
my
doing. They
It
kept
was just to
cutting
making
you.
the
But they
card.
said in the article that
They don't know what they're talking about.
that you weren't scoring.
Scoring, you crazy? That's
So
a
I'm
crazy.
advocating Miller.
Listen, that's a crazy shit everybody say. They know they lying.
Yeah, they said
You know, what
they said
happened
you
was-
weren't scoring.
No, what happened
So they
was,
basically fucked you over.
yeah, they made me point guard because you know I was big. I could handle the ball, get the way.
Right.
But I used to not run plays. Man, I'm shooting this motherfucker. They crazy. Think I'm gonna keep passing this motherfucker. You know? he missing like a motherfucker. So I start breaking down plays. They take me out the game, sit me down. I told you to run the play. I said, but the nigga can't shoot, man. You know. So I was a little.
So you rebelled on a
Yeah.
game plan. They had a game plan, and you broke the rules.
I passed this guy 4 times. He missed all 4 times. Man. you know what I'm saying?
I would have shot too. That was-
Yeah.
No, I can't defiant.
Right, yeah.
You know, I ran the initial play, but I had to get the ball again. I look over, I ain't getting
I
nothing.
get to him.
Nigga, 4 or 5 times already, man. I started shooting it. They were going in, I'm making it.
Yeah.
Coach get mad, sit me down. I sit there, I don't play no more. I don't play no more.
So they kept doing that.
Kept doing it. And every time they kept doing it, I kept doing what I was doing. Because I had to always tell the world, don't forget how we got here. Gotta shoot that rock, man. And then my career just went crazy. I played in the CBA. Now I was the best guy in the CBA. So every year I went to a different team because they gave me a little more money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was really, they wanted me on everything. Fighting the bear, I fought the bear at halftime of game for $25,000. They don't put that in. They asked me one time in Memphis, I think it was, would you fight Victor the Bear? Yeah, I'm from Brownsville, man. I'm fighting him. What are you talking about? From Brownsville.
Oh, that's where the bear comment.
That's where the bear came in. We get to Jersey Shore, and we playing against Allentown. Matter of fact, playing against Jock and them. Jock played at CBA too. He left Phoenix and the Knicks and went to, all of us went to CBA. That was like the farm system.
Right.
I'm playing in Jersey Shore and stuff. So I see the little trailer over there. I don't pay it no mind. So the lights come on halftime. Fly Williams get ready to fight the bear. It was crazy. It was all over the thing. I'm saying, these motherfuckers really got a bear? You know. I was asked that going to the locker room. I gave my man from Brown. I'm fighting these motherfuckers. But it wasn't nothing really etched in stone.
Right.
You know, lights come on. He came in fight the bear $25,000. So Sean Powell was with me and went out to turn into correctional, Gold Shield Lieutenant for narcotics. Sean, he playing with me. I took him on the team and everything. He said, yo, we gonna fight. I'm knock shit out that bear, man. I'm gonna get this money. You know what I'm saying? He said, you crazy. I said, man, I'm gonna fight this bear. His name was Victor. He was 8'11", 1,075 pounds. He was on Sonny Carson. And
What?
everything.
Oh, he was a person.
No, it was a bear, a real bear.
A bear?
A bear. What you talking about? What I'm saying? I ain't
That's
studying.
crazy.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, I'm looking at this motherfucking bear. I'm saying.
I thought you, when you said Victor the Bear, I thought it was like his nickname.
His name,
You know what I mean?
his name was Victor,
The Bear.
the bear.
God damn.
When they pulled him out the back of the little trailer, you know the U-Haul trailer
Yeah.
with the cover? So little fucking bear, man. They backed that motherfucker. I said, Jesus Christ, he ain't stopped coming yet. They backing him out. He stood up. I said, oh, they had a muzzle on him. He declared. They got pictures. He on top of me.
Get out.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the picture. I'm gonna find the picture for you. I'm trying to find out. We're gonna be able to surprise you when I fought Victor on Jersey Shore. Yeah.
That shit gotta go in the foot.
What
Yeah.
the?
Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. I wasn't scared of shit, man. I still ain't scared. That's my problem.
Who
man.
thought of that publicity stunt?
One of the public relation people, I don't know. He asked me a question in another city we had played, and I told him, man, from Brown, man, fuck that bear up. And
Oh no.
just like that. It wasn't nothing where outside. Nothing. We played like 3 or 4 different cities. We get down here, and they got it. Fly, win, fight, Victor the Bear. I'm like, these motherfuckers You know, I couldn't. This is Brownville of me. You couldn't back out.
Back out, yeah.
You know, that's the Brownville that came out of me. When they asked me, I said, man, that's the Brownville of me. I'm gonna fight the motherfucker.
How'd the fight turn out?
He won.
He won?
Every time I try to grab a leg, he move it back.
moved?
He nubbled on my arm, my elbow a little bit, but he was declared.
Right.
You know, but I ain't the only one that fought him. Chuck Webner, the boxer, fought him too.
Really?
Yeah, me and Chuck Webner, yeah. Down in Jersey Shore. It was an entertainment thing. We
So
played.
win or lose, you made 25.
Oh, I got
25 grand.
25,000 before I fought him with a check before I go out there.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Art
That's
Stockton.
crazy.
That's it. I was just giving you beat me to it. I was giving that's some crazy. That's
I was
crazy.
20-something years old.
Yeah, you lived your life. You been
Yeah.
living.
You gotta remember, I ain't going to the streets till I was like 34.
I know you
30.
ain't started getting high till late. That's
Yeah,
probably why. You
yeah.
should have been getting high at 12 when we were.
Yeah, I probably been, but you know.
His life would have been different though.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer. I didn't really do stuff until I was like 33, 34 years old.
Yeah, he was a late bloomer.
And
for
then
sure.
I just took off. Let me say this. The 30 people from California done called me. Now let me tell you, when I got honored in the Barclay, they was in touch with me at the center already before I got busted.
Right.
They was in touch with me like 12, 13, 14, 15. I remember 16, they locked my ass up.
Yeah.
I just come home a few months. You know what I'm saying? But they reached out to baby girl. They found her. And she called me a couple of weeks ago and said the people in California try and get in touch with you. That's when I was supposed to go on a circuit to different cities and talk to the kids.
Right.
Now they say it's even more because the way society is and all the kids that we really want you to do this. He said to me, is absolutely right. You need to get back out there and you need to tell your story.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now all these stories, I've been watching that YouTube stuff, like where the fuck they get this stuff from?
Yeah.
Down, down.